Are you a proud fur parent? Do you consider your dogs part of your family? Well, you're not alone. In fact, you probably come from a long line of Filipinos. For today's video, feel free to snuggle with your pupper and get comfortable, because we'll be talking all about the history of dogs in the Philippines. Back in January 2023, historian and archivist Gregory Schnackenberg shook Twitter as he released never-before-seen 8mm film footage of the Philippines in 1942. The height of one of the deadliest and most brutal times in our history, what could be so important that we had to document it? Could it be rare footage of World War II? Of people fleeing from battle? Of buildings crumbling down? Actually, it was a video of puppies. Cute little puppies playing around in the grass, rolling in the dirt, and playing tug-of-war with the walis tambo. No one knows anything about who shot the footage, but one thing is for sure. Even in the darkest times of our country's history, we still found the time to record the things we found most precious to us. Dogs. Meanwhile, there are also many other terms related to hunting dogs. Mga gatka, actually used to be a common command hunters tell their dogs during hunting. Not all domesticated dogs are naturally hunters. Some have to be taught how to be ferocious, and this process is called langan. Then there's the word balata, which refers to a leather collar worn by hunting dogs that's made from the first animal they helped in catching. The balata is also an important reminder of the bond between a person and their dog. Aside from a leather collar, it also means an oath or a promise done in memory of a loved one who died. Back in the pre-colonial and early colonial days, owners honored a balata when their hunting dogs passed away. They usually abstained from eating deer meat for some time, as deer is one of the most common prey of hunting dogs. What do all of these words tell us? That despite dogs serving utilitarian purposes like hunting and watching over crops, they were still of great significance for the Filipinos they belonged to and interacted with. They were not merely tools for farming and hunting, but treasured companions as well. Sometimes, this companionship transcended even the boundaries of life. In 2018, archaeologist Timothy Vitalis excavated 3 dog burials dating from the 12th to the 15th century in Santa Ana, Manila. The fact that there were any whole dog burials at all is amazing, because it shows that humans of the past put a certain level of care to bury these dogs well enough to be discovered whole by archaeologists centuries later. 2 of these burials stand out in particular. One is the burial of a dog aged around 1.5 years old. Archaeologists found evidence of rib fractures that were healed over time. Broken ribs could have seriously hindered this dog's hunting abilities, but the fact his fractures healed implies that he was well taken care of, even when he didn't serve a purpose. Nowadays, we feel devastated when our pets get sick and immediately rush them to the nearest vet, no matter how expensive it is. It was the same with Filipinos in the past. Whoever owned this dog must have helped him heal and recover well enough to continue living despite having a serious injury. Next, we have the 3rd dog burial found in Santa Ana. This one is even more touching because it was buried right next to a child, with the dog's head resting on the child's knee. Some researchers think the dog could have been an animal companion for the child in the afterlife. The positioning of the child and the dog was certainly unusual for the time, so this could be a valid explanation. However, some researchers also think that the 2 were most likely unrelated, since the dog was buried about 10 centimeters below the kid. So the dog could have just been buried individually rather than together with the child. But still, the fact that he was buried in a human cemetery and even right next to a child implies that this dog was indeed special. We might never know the true relationship between the 2, but the facts tell us that whoever buried this dog must have treasured him as well. It's hard to grasp just exactly what dogs meant to us if we're only basing on archaeological evidence, but we can say that they were definitely integrated into human society, whether as hunters and watchdogs, companions, or perhaps even family. Nowadays, many of us definitely consider our dogs as family. So many people are proud to be fur parents to their adorable fur babies. But know that this isn't just a recent phenomenon. Our precious relationship with dogs started tens of thousands of years ago. Dogs have been with us pretty much since the very start. The next time you look into your pet's big puppy dog eyes, know that you too come from a long line of Filipinos and dogs who valued each other as treasured companions. Whoever filmed the video of puppies playing at the height of World War II had it right. Even the darkest of days can be made a little brighter when you have a loyal and adorable companion.